you know, obviously they've left an indelible mark on our program.
Is that leadership a prime example? Friday night, you fell behind 17-7 and took off.
Ron, I think the bigger picture is this. There's not one coach or player that alluded to the score. It didn't even, it was not, it was, what are we doing next? Okay, we got to go block the, you know, the extra point, and then we got to have our kickoff return unit ready. And it was just boom, boom, boom. You know, and we took the ball and went down and scored, you know, and we answered. So I just think they've learned that, and that's hard to learn. And more often than not, they can't learn it, to be quite honest. And that's why the losers lose. Dick Vermeil always says, keep the losers losing. You know, when you're one of those winning programs, he used to always talk about keep the losers losing, because you can see it in the NFL. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to turn a culture around, and to get them to think like that and not go back. Because in the back of everybody's mind is what? You could hear it in the crowd. You could hear it in the crowd every time we play in the link. Oh, you know, a bad snap. You know, and our kids just move forward. You know, fumble. You know, our kids just keep playing, and that's a credit to them. And there's going to be a day where our student body and our fans and our alumni, they're going to be right there with us. They're going to get it. They're going to be like, okay, and we're all.
They're there now.
They're there now. All right, thanks, Doc. Well, that's good. Well, I appreciate it, Doc. And we appreciate you and your support. But there's a lot of people out there that have endured a lot, and our kids are learning how to do it now. And that's really, isn't that the story about Temple? I mean, do you think about it? Isn't that Temple? So that's why it's only fitting that these guys have some success now.
Coach, having Chester Stewart in there gives them another option to not only pass but run.
Yeah.
And the Bernard Pierce only had 97 yards. I mean, this team is starting to become an all-around team. Can you talk a little about what Stewart brings to the table?
Yeah. Well, you know, Coach Walsh used to always say, what is it? One spring does not a swallow. One swallow does not make a spring. You know, and that's kind of how I feel. You know, we had a good all-around game on offense, but you just talked about becoming that kind of team. You know, I have to see it. I have to see it down here in the stretch. But we at least showed the potential of being able to do that against a team that really had a really good defense, that was playing really pretty good on defense in Akron. And they played really well against Kent the week before, and they were playing their best football. So we have to see. You know, he made some good throws. He scrambled one time that got us a first down. We did a nice job on the misdirection and the reverses. We threw the ball deep, and then we ran the game, ran the ball with 3 different running backs. And I think we had over 250 yards rushing. So that's kind of how we want to conduct the game: eliminate the negative plays, eliminate the turnovers, and protect our quarterback.
Coach, on TV they kept showing Bernard Pierce with ice on his shins and trainers around him. How serious was that?
They love it. They love it because they love that. That's why they keep doing it. They love the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. You know, he's a little bit banged up, but I told him, get in line. Get in line. Jaquan Jarrett's banged up. Crobalt's banged up. Kamara's banged up. Darius Morris is banged up. I mean, you know, Doug Martin's over there having a press conference right now talking about, you know, the guys that they have banged up, even despite having 2 weeks off. I mean, it's that time of year, you know. So we gotta move. You know, the torch needs to be passed. Someone's got to carry the flag. Bernard was out. Lamar in the bug, burning the bug. The bug. Matty Brown came through for us. So we just got to keep moving forward.
Any other questions? We'll be back.
I appreciate you guys keeping it short. Thanks so much.
Just so I have on tape, could you just say your name?
Brian Sanford.
Okay.
And Anthony Furley.
Okay, great.
You guys talk about this is your last game at home. I mean, what does it mean to you guys?
It's kind of emotional considering it's my last home game, but as far as the game, it's the next game. It's just as important as any game we've played.
Yeah, like Brian said, it's real emotional. We came so far from 3.5, 4 years ago to get to this point. So it really feels good to try and play our last home game and do all the little things right.
What did you guys learn about these 4 years? I mean, when you guys first came in the program and struggling, right now you guys are on a major winning streak. I mean, what did you guys learn about adversity and everything?
Wow, just focus. A lot of times, I remember a lot of times a couple years ago, something would go bad, we wouldn't keep focused. Basically, I think a lot of our successes contributed to just the focus that the team had and just look forward, like the next game, that's it. So,
Yeah, like nothing really changed in terms of coaching or like preparation or game planning. You know, just a lot of people started buying in, and we just kind of started focusing on the process. And the process got us here, just because you know we've been doing the same things. You know, practices run the same way. So it's just when we were losing all those games to when we were as successful as we are now. So I think people are starting to focus on the process and focus on what's in front of them instead of worrying about everything else.
How rewarding is that to you guys going from, you know, your first years here, you know, you're going to hell or whatever, and how rewarding is that to finally turn this team around and, you know, take it from not only a local setting to more of a national setting, so.
Yeah, well, it feels great. You know, a lot of hard work. You know, a lot of they say blood, sweat, and tears went into all of our preparation with off seasons. You know, really hard off seasons and really hard stuff that we went through. You know, with those 0-11 and 1-11 seasons. So it feels great to finally, you know, have all that hard work really pay off.
Yeah, just about the same thing. There's a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears put in these last 4 years that we've been there, and we've just been waiting for a season like this, and we're really focused on the process right now. It's about to take in.
Even during the tough times to this program, you know, the 111 and everything, how important was Coach Golden in that whole process, and what did he say to you guys to kind of keep your spirits up throughout the whole thing?
Just keep our heads forward and keep moving. Just keep moving. That this day will be here. You know, just stay focused, stay positive, and that all the hard work will eventually pay off.
Yeah, like Brian said, he wanted us to trust the coaches, and a lot of the players when we first got here tried figuring it out and tried to do it their own way, and he really wanted us to trust what was going on because he had faith and he had trust in the players that he had here that we could do good things here. So the biggest thing that he was talking to us is just, you know, focus on the process, you know, trust the process. You know, if you just stick to it, you know, good things will happen.
Was there a point during your career here that you just kind of decided, all right, enough is enough, we're good enough to win these games, and kind of just forget about everything and move forward? Was there a turning point that you can put your finger on?
What do you think?
I don't know.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to every game, you know, feeling that we can win every game that we go into, and sometimes we lose those games. But I know after the Penn State game, you know, we felt that we were in that game for a few quarters of the time, and if we didn't make a couple mistakes, you know, maybe it would change the outcome a little bit. But we knew going into our MAC season that, you know, these games were really important, and all these MAC games would be really hard and really tough. So we just knew that we had to prepare really hard and practice really hard, and, you know, try and execute on game day.
Do you guys feel that, you know, after that Penn State game, it was more of a just finding that identity to the team, and, you know, Penn State were to come back in here, how different would things have been for you guys?
I mean, I don't think we look at it like that. I think we just try and focus on our opponent whenever we play them. You know, if it happened to be Penn State, I'm sure we prepared the same way. I'm sure we would practice the same way, you know. So I don't think it would change anything.
I don't think it wouldn't change it. I mean, we prepare, we practice the same way for every team, win or lose. Each game is just as important as the next game.
Any other questions? All right, I've got 3 more in the hallway. Thank you,
Thanks,
gentlemen.
good luck.